drugs are easily accessible in New Zealand. I went to Electric Ave in Christchurch last week.
Question?
Yes.
What is Electric Ave?
So it's a festival with some cool bands, just a cool day out.
Cool.
32,000 people.
Oof.
Yeah. And there was a shitload of people on a shitload of drugs there, to the point that you had people like Lord talking to the crowd about taking drugs and, wishing everyone a good night and I hope whatever you've taken tonight's kicked in. And
But Lord, she's a teenager from New Zealand. Well, she was.
But that's what's happening in New Zealand. Drugs are readily available and they are there if you want to take them.
And it's so popular that we actually have those stations where you can test your drug. Did you know that, Mr.
No,
Robert?
sorry, hit me with it.
Some festivals, and there are, I think, a couple of stations, if not one, a couple of them in Auckland that you can actually take your substances, and it's all like, it's all good. No one will do anything to you, but you can take your pills or whatever you got, and they will test and they will tell you. And they have saved a lot of lives because, as Amber is saying, the access to drugs is the most stupid elephant in the room that everybody knows that a lot of people do drugs, but no one wants to talk about. So what they're doing, they're saving lives, because when you have this vast access to drugs, you get people taking advantage of it. So you actually don't know what you're getting, and then you can sell anything to someone young or to anyone, to an older person, and be misleading that person. And then you think that it's a drug, but it's actually not. And then you might drop dead without knowing. So it is a thing. There are testing stations that they will tell you, sorry bro, that's not MDMA or that's not whatever, that's just
bath salts.
Totally.
Sugar.
And that's the big thing is MDMA, being sold, bath salts being sold as MDMA.
Okay, so then question on that. Wouldn't it be good to have some form of regulation, little control to ensure it is legit MDMA?
Exactly. Like if you could access, like in countries, like in the Netherlands and stuff, where you can buy MDMA, you can buy, you can buy all that, you can buy acid, for sure that you're getting what you're paying for. That, how you'd bring that into New Zealand without it being monopolized by the pharmaceutical industry. Like, of course, they're going to be the ones that want to control that. There's too much money to be made.
But surely in the Netherlands, there'll be 2 or 3 top dog companies that control that industry, that function effectively exactly as the pharmaceutical company would here in control. Someone will be in control, and someone who's up and coming in the Netherlands, they've got to compete against the big 2 or 3 MDMA producers. And the big MDMA is like, no, they're bad MDMA, we're the big ones. And they would put the red tape in front of them.
Yeah. And I think, like, if you look at, overseas, the penalties for selling a drug that isn't what, it would be like in New Zealand if you sold, a food product and then your ingredients list was completely different to what the actual product was. You can't do that. So that would be the same over there.